8-lap qualifying event. Harris out of Vernon, New Jersey, up there in the number 1 spot. Mikey Ruggiero out of Newburgh on the outside. Schultz from here in Middletown. Wilson from Ramsey, New Jersey. McGannon from up there in Garnerville. And Jackie Brown out of Kingston, New York. Caution lights have been turned out. Country Chevrolet Camaro pace car drops that pack of big block modifieds off in turn number 4. Here we come. And we are racing for the first time this evening. Mike Ruggiero in the Escape RV Darrell Davis Motorsports 53 car sets sail in the number 1 position, putting Neil Harris back to the number 2 spot. Donnie Wilson down the back straightaway now parks himself in the number 3 spot. Right there on his heels is the Rock Christopher Schultz. Chris Schultz in the Liberty Rock Crushing Coupe. Brings him on to turn number 4 this time. Bobby McGannon and Chris Whitehead go racing for spots number 5 and 6 right now. Only 6 cars qualified. As Jackie Brown Jr. tries to put that HIGFAB chassis 6 car into the starting lineup tonight. 6 cars get the ticket for the big feature event, and it's still Mike Ruggiero in the 53 car. Hold on to a strong lead up on the outside groove of the speedway. Down the back straightaway, Ruggiero puts about a 5, 6, 6.5, 7 car length notch between himself and Harris. Oh, Christopher Whitehead white-walled the Hoosiers down the back straightaway, and yellow lights do come on anything but far apart in the spread for the points battle. So a couple of notches, a couple of ticks off the clock from each of the positions on the top 10. Remember, complete up-to-date track point standings can be found in nothing else than the Hard Clay Racing magazine. It's available as we speak downstairs beneath the full-cover grandstand. Caution lights getting turned out. Going to try it once again. 2 laps old is this first qualifying heat event. As they work down to the inside of the speedway, here we come out of turn number 4. Ruggiero back up in command of the drive, and wow, Jackie Brown Jr. Nothing on the floorboard but one humongous gas pedal. Puts it into the number 6 spot and into the starting lineup for tonight's Twin 20s, but right there in front of him, the 19 car, that's Chuck McKee. The Chuck wagon rolls out of turn number 4 this time. That Middletown Missile puts himself also in the starting lineup for the Twin 20s right now. McKee running in the 5 slot. Jackie Brown running back there in spot number 6. Bob McGann in 1 spot from the notch back there in slot number 7. Harris down the back straightaway holds on to the number 3 spot, while Donnie Wilson now begins to hunt down race leader Mike Ruggiero. Ruggiero can hear footprints in a hallway as they fight. 4 cars fight for the number 3 spot. McKee clears the air, puts him into the number 3 position. Harris back to 4th. Jackie Brown Jr. back in spot number 5, then the 24 car. Christopher Schultz rides back there in the number 6 spot. Schultz on the hot seat right now as only 6 tickets given out to the Twin 20s out of each of these qualifiers. And Schultz is in the hot seat position. Ruggiero works the high side, and he's got Donnie Wilson to deal with right now on the inside. Wilson will take him as a drafting partner down the straightaways, but it's in the turn where Wilson gets to play catch-up. Of course, it's a mustard-colored car, but Wilson will play catch-up on the inside of turn number 4 this time. Coming up on just 2 laps to go, 2 to go this time, and Ruggiero's in trouble. Ruggiero's car has shut off, and it will refuse to take him to victory lane in this qualifying event. Oh, the humanity for Michael Ruggiero in the Escape RV car from the penthouse to the outhouse in just 1 quick half lap. Well, white flag will fly. That puts 1 different car into the Twin 20 lineup, and that's big running company again in the 21 inch car. Yellow lights come out the speedway as Ruggiero's car for Ruggiero looked very strong. And all of a sudden, the car just shut off down across the stripe and couldn't one-on-one elimination race. That's brought to us by our Escape RV. They're typically the sponsor for that event. Coming back this year again, sponsoring that modified elimination race 2 at a time, top 10 in points on down until there's just 1 car left. Caution lights get turned out. 4 flicks of the wrist to a checkered flag. And SpaghettiOs. Problems down there in turn number 4 to drop the green flag. Well, it changes the complexion again of the top 6 qualifiers right now. A lot has happened in the last lap. quickly. The Lightning McQueen lookalike Country Chevrolet pace car speeds ahead of the rest of the field. Not just because it is a very fast Camaro, but because that's his duty right now, to take that car off the speedway surface. And he does his duty down there in turn number 3. Here we come on a turn number 4. It's going to be a good one. Watch it for one lap. Watch it for more than one lap. Here's Chuck McKay up there in Wisner Avenue. Chucky says, nah, 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 to turn number 2. McKay is back in the house tonight at Middletown. Here's the Chuck wagon down to the inside in turn number 4 this time. And he sees the black and white first, winning the first qualifying event. It's Chuck McKay. Donnie Wilson second, Jackie Brown Jr. third. Chris Schultz is fourth, Neil Harris is fifth, and Donnie Elliott in spot 6, going to the 20-lap feature events tonight. Your winner, the 19 of Chuck McKay, seconds. Here we go. Well, Jeff Barron didn't want to pass Tommy Meyer, so he has scratched from this heat event. Didn't want to embarrass him in any way, shape, or form, but Van Inwingen pedals down the back straightaway right now in the number 1 spot. Outside lane, Tommy Meyer lit the wick, and that's not good. Yellow lights on the speedway. Meyer, who was pistol packed and ready for action, took the high road, and all of a sudden the door got closed on him. And he had a couple of in the number 3 spot. Well, they race up fast and furious down the straightaway that time. Craig Mitchell takes to the outside of the speedway right now. He's got the bullfrog to deal with. Who's got the bigger lily pad down the back straightaway? It looks like it may be Craig Mitchell out of Wappinger Falls, New York, in the FP Hats number 93 car. Markle slingshots back up the inside. And the 10 car, Michael Storm's running back there. You've got them all bunched up like pinballs in the racket right now as they work down the back straightaway. Van Inwingen is the race leader. Pasquale is second. Mitchell is third. Markle is fourth. Storms is fifth. And Dodd and Meyer go at it for the final transfer spot. 6 places on the auction block right now. Only 6 cars go to the feature event. Here's Mitchell to take a look to the outside. Whoa, the door got closed as Pasquale just got a real wide race car to turn number 2. He'll get him back down there in 3. See, I told you so. Here's Mitchell down to the inside of Pasquale this time. And he raced him clean on a turn number 4. That was a tip of the fedora. Turn to 93 on Frank Mitchell. Pasquale third. Michael Storms is fourth. Jeremy Markle fifth. Steve Dodd is sixth, and here comes Meyer down the hallway. Tommy Meyer rebounds to the outside on Stevie D. Meyer up the banking that time. Dodd and Meyer go at it for only 1 ticket to the Twin Senior Proms tonight. Well, they go out at the best race of the evening going on back there, 5th, 6th, and 7th on the field right now, while Mitchell closes in on Van Inwingen for the number 1 spot. Meyer's car way up the banking. That car may have something bent in the rear componentry because it's not entering turn number 3 like it normally does. Meanwhile, Mitchell steps upstairs out of turn number 2. He'll go drag racing with Van Inwingen for the number 1 spot. Meyer quickly picks himself up down the back straightaway, trying to close the gap on Dodd. Dodd back there in the number 6 spot. Meanwhile, new race leader is Craig Mitchell. Mitchell quickly sets the score aboard the 93 X car. Van Inwingen is second. Michael Storms running the number 3 spot right now. Billy Pasquale running in 4th. Jeremy Markle back there in spot number 5, and Steve Dodd rides the 6th spot. Checkered flag getting set to fly. 6 more tickets to the twin feature events being handed out in this one. And give that first ticket to your race winner, Craig Mitchell. Van Inwingen second, Storms is third, Pasquale 4th, Markle is 5th, and Dodd in spot number 6. For this, the 3rd and final qualifying heat event for the Big Block Modified. 6 spots, which will be given out to the top 6 finishers. They'll go to the 2021 features tonight. Urick on the drop of the green flag sets the score, puts him into the number 1 spot. They bobble and wobble in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th battle on a turn number 2 that time. Clayton Mills went to the outside. Jesse Klein following suit right there in spot number 3, but here comes Higby on the high side. Higby going to race up alongside of one of his chassis, that being the 59 car, Buckshot Jesse Klein. Both Klein and Higby are running Higbab chassis, of course, this year, and almost 4 wide for the number 4 spot. Higby clears the air out of turn number 2 that time. Higby takes over the number 4 spot. Leto back in spot number 5, and the Tornado Timmy Hindley, the Landscape Innovators car, rambles back in spot number 6. One car going wide on the field right now. Was the 21 car, Chris Mills. Mills, he runs back there in the number 4 spot. Leto is 5th. And Hindley back in slot number 6. Timmy Hindley down the back straightaway in the hot seat right now. Final transfer spot. Hindley shoehorns his way down to the inside of Leto. Here's your race leader, Richie Urich. Higby off the inside on Jesse Klein that time. And Mills strong into turn number 1 and 2. Takes that car way up the banking, and Hindley motors by. Hindley gave the tip of the fedora to the 21 car Clayton Mills, waved him, nodded him on. Meanwhile, it is all Richie Urich in the country Chevrolet West Construction number 10. Urich rounding out of turn number 2 this time. Higby hunting him down. Jesse Klein, the National Auto Stores. Klein's Auto Repair car back there in spot number 3. Timmy Hindley is 4th. Clayton Mills rides in spot 5, and Johnny Leto, the Hermance Motorsports 33 car, runs the number 6 spot. On the top side, his final qualifier for the big blocks. Urich in command of the drive out of turn number 2 right now. Higby still 2nd, Klein 3rd, Hindley 4th, Mills is 5th, and Leto in spot number 6. Coming up on 2 laps to go. Hindley coming on strong, trying to reel in. 3rd spot running Jesse Klein. Klein might be the buckshot, but I'll tell you what, Hindley is the counter keg right now. As Hindley's car is working at its maximum here tonight. Watch for him. Bet Fido's dog license on a good showing tonight by Timothy Hindley. White flag getting set to fly this time. Here we come on a turn number 4. Urich, still your race leader. While Higby knows Urich hunting on the last lap. Higby running the number 2 spot. Klein 3rd with a bad case of Hindley all over him. Hindley runs back there in the number 4 spot. Checkered flag getting set to fly. Going to the twin 20-lap feature events tonight. The winner aboard the number 10 car, Richie Urich. Jerry Higby will be 2nd, 3rd is Jesse Klein, 4th is the one of Timmy Hindley, 5th. Chuck McKee up there in the number 1 spot. Mitchell on the outside. Urich and Donnie Wilson in row number 2. Van Immingen and Higby in row number 3. Brown and Storms in row number 4. Klein and Schultze in row number 5. Pasquale and Hindley in row 6. Harris and Markle in row 7. Dodd and Elliott in row 8. Caution lights have been turned out. We are set to go racing the first of 2 twin 20 for the big block modifieds here at the Orange County Fair Speedway. And we come out of turn number 4. We are racing. Well, in a wild scramble at the drop of the green flag, Chuck McKee pulls to the inside. He is hauling the mail down the back straight away. Well, Higby ran out of racing room against Van Immingen and Wilson down the back straightaway in a wild drop chase bid for the number 5 spot.
Keep an eye on Neil the Will Harris right now, holding up a whole lot of traffic as they race off at turn number 4. Tommy Myers, the Walter Gloria, almost involved in an incident down the first lap. 1 lap is in the books. We are still 3 and 4 wide as they head down the back straightaway off at turn number 2. And your race leader, the Middletown Missile, Chuck McKee.
Some of the best racing we'll see here tonight is coming from deep in the heart of this big block modified field. Watch also Mikey Cole coming into the 3-wide battle deep in the heart of the pack as he makes his way into the front of the speedway right now. McKee is your leader, and here comes Hindley right now. Hindley making wholesale spot swapping his motto down the back straightaway.
Hindley with a little bit of contact to Jackie Brown Jr. as they went down to turn number 1. Hindley definitely wins the battle of that one. Keep an eye on the Storm Chaser, Michael Storms with the Tri-State Ruby number 10 car. He's up to the outside of Billy Van Imogen in the Lennon Joe's 23 machine, as they are still 2 and 3 wide for spot number 5 on back, and it is still the Middletown Missile Chuck McKee with Hollywood Craig Mitchell back in spot number 2.
This is the fastest division of racing here at the Orange County Fair Speedway, and this is no doubt a great example of why the senior division of motorsports, the Big Block Modifieds, fastest open wheel racing we've got each and every Saturday night. McKee goes down the back straightaway. Mitchell second, Buick third, Hickey is fourth, Storms is in fifth, Wilson sixth, Van Imogen seventh, Haley is in eighth, Brown is ninth, Klein rounding out the top 10.
Keep an eye on the Monster Mill sitting back there in spot number 33 right now. Started shotgun on this field. Normally don't see the Mills back that far right now as McKee still up there in the number 1 spot. Richie Urich still back in spot number 3. Here comes Timmy Heinley. Watch him to the outside of the Leonard Jones 23 and Billy Van Imogen. Heinley now moves in just inside the top 10.
Heinley made a move into the top 10 running order. That time put Van Imogen out of the mix. McKee's still the leader. Now Mitchell is trying to throw out the anchor. Meanwhile, the 33 car of Kenny Herman drops off the pace down to the back straightaway. Urich is still third, Hickey fourth, Storms is fifth, Wilson sixth, Heinley is seventh, Van Imogen is eighth, Jackie Brown is ninth. Here comes Christopher Schultz. He makes a break in the top 10, pulling buckshot Jesse Klein from the top 10 family portrait.
Well, Hickey had all 3 of his Hickey fabrication chassis up there in the top 10 right now, but do not count out Jesse Klein. He's still going to work right now in the limited rock crushing 24 car. Jackie Brown down to the inside of Van Imogen. He'll go racing down the back straightaway. Tommy Meyer still trying to get around of Neil the Wheel Harris, along with the last week's feature winner, of course, Stevie Dodd, back there just outside the top 15.
8 laps old is this feature event, just 12 more seconds around. Chuck McKee wasting no time at all. He's going to find car length notch over the 98 car of Craig Mitchell. Urich is still third, Hickey fourth. Lots of elbow space now between the top 7 campaigners as Jackie Brown makes a move onto the inside of Van Imogen down in 3 and 4.
The Whispering Pines number 3 car of Billy Pasquale racing side by side right now with the Bullfrog Jeremy Markle trying to get his way back into the top 10. As Markle still being held up, Jackie Brown, Chris Schultz, and now Jesse Klein all battle for that number 10 spot as they head down the back straightaway.
Both features carrying a full set of track points with them, and Jerry Hickey running back there in the number 4 slot as they give him a chance to secure that point lead over Johnny Meyer, who is yet to still make the top 10 running order.
Meyer right now trying to work his way through traffic. Started way back in spot number 19. He is just outside the top 10 right now, trying to chase down Billy Pasquale along with Jeremy Markle. We just reached the halfway point. 1 lap ago. Chuck McKee still your race leader. Hollywood Craig Mitchell second. Richie Urich is third. Higbee fourth. And now the Storm Chaser Michael Storm rounds out the top 5.
Optioned off the number 8 spot, and Jackie Brown was the high bidder, put him into the number 8. Now here comes Chris Schultz down the back straightaway. Schultz, he pulls in the spot number 9, puts Van Imogen back in spot number 10.
Chris Schultz started in the 10th position, has picked up just 1 spot. Also keep an eye on the Monster Mills. Clinton Mills now doing battle with the Academy Transmissions 84 car, Bell Strooper. Strooper, a feature winner in 2011, still looking for win number 1 here this evening. Lap traffic may start to come into play right now for the Middletown Missile, Chuck McKee. He's about a quarter of a track behind right now, the Monster Mills, Clinton Mills.
McKee shows the way on a turn number 2 that time. Spot number 3, getting tighter and tighter as the lap's winding down. Richie Urich in the number 3 spot. He can hear footprints in the hallway. It is Jerry Higbee right there lurking in the shadows. Higbee tries to work the number 4 spot down on the inside that time. Higbee trying to close the gap. And a little bit of tire smoke begins to come off Urich's race car.
Meyer now finally gets around Pasquale as they head down the front straightaway. He'll go chasing down Jeremy Markle. As the top 10 campaigners still race their way down the back straightaway. Do believe Jackie Brown is in the 10th position. The high how are you lap. 5 laps to go. This time by for Chuck McKee.
McKee will certainly come into contact with lap traffic. He'll fumble through the glove compartment, look for the rabbits, but clincher with sweaty little palms and start to play strategy, as my good friend Bugs Bunny would say. McKee is a very talented driver here at the Speedway, especially in lap traffic. He can cut his way through that pack like a hot knife through butter. He begins to set assault right now down the home straightaway on the 84 car Bell Strooper.
4 laps to go right now. McKee, Davey Wormer slides up the speedway just a little bit, almost bounces it off the concrete wall. Keep an eye on Timmy Heinley. Finally just outside the top 5 as he sits 6th right now. 7th is Chris Schultz. 8th, Jackie Brown. 9th is Billy Van Immergen. And now back into the top 10 will be Jesse Klein. Time winding down for the Middletown Missile. Chuck McKee. 3 laps to go.
We'll see the 2-to-go sign come out of turn number 4 next time by. It is McKee in command of the drive down in the back straightaway. That black traffic will certainly be a determining factor for the final event of this turn. Here he comes out of turn number 4 this time. 2-to-go sign is up. McKee sees it. He doesn't know how close that Mitchell may be aboard the 93X car.
McKee now up there on the top side. Race time by as he races down the back straightaway. That's where McKee likes to be. As he races down, trying to hang on to the number 1 spot. Here comes Richie Urich as well. 3 cars right now will dance for the number 1 spot. White flag set to fly. One more time around. Can the Middletown Missile make it again?
Well, it's going to get exciting because here comes Mitchell. Mitchell stuck a nose down to the inside that time, but McKee powers out of turn number 2. Clutching the muzzle in the big block modified race car down the back straightaway. 2 more left-hand turns. Here's Mitchell to answer the call on the inside. Transponder standby. It's going to be a photo finish at the Orange County Speedway. The win goes to the Middletown Missile, Chuck McKee. Second spot will be Craig Mitchell. Third is Richie Urich. 4th is Jerry Higbee, and 5th is Michael Storms aboard the number 10 car. So a very fast-paced caution clean 2020 edition number 1. And the winner again was the number 19 car of Chuck McKee. Second spot, the 93X of Craig Mitchell. Third was the 10 of Rich Urich. 4th was the 97 of Jerry Higbee. And rounding out the top 5 was the second number 10 car, that being Michael Storms. So very fast-paced.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since we've talked to him. The Middletown Missile, Chuck McKee. Chuck, it's been a while since we've talked to you. It's been a while since we've seen you. I'll tell you what, you got to admit that racetrack out there is pretty racy here tonight.
I'll tell you what, I know that, I live in Middletown. I've seen what they did to the track. I was like, wow, a night to come back is, what a perfect night. The track was in great shape. It's still in great shape.
So let's take you back there a couple of laps there near the end. You start getting into lap traffic. You take a look over to the left side. There's Hollywood Craig Mitchell. What's going through your mind?
I got to start pedaling faster. Craig is real fast. He's gotten to be a good little chauffeur through the years. I started getting a push, and with no yellows, I couldn't adjust the car, so I kind of had to just ride it out. I did what I had to do, and I'm just glad to get back, and I hope Tom Bozan, I hope he has a speedy recovery. We're all thinking about him, praying for him.
Chuck, let's talk about some of the sponsors on the side of this race car to help you get back here to victory lane here at the Orange County Speedway.
Yeah, DePay and Monroe, they were a big plus this year coming in, and what can I say? Any kind of sponsorship, and then you got a class act like those guys. I mean, what a privilege it is to be carrying their logo this year.
Let's talk about the next 20-lap feature event. Your thoughts? How you think you're going to make out?
You know what? I hope we're just as good as we were this one, but we'll see what happens. I'd like to. This victory is for Bob Perino. We lost him this past spring, and this is for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, an emotional win for the Middletown Missile, Chuck McKee, but he'll pick up the first of 2 twin 20s here at the Orange County Fair Speedway.
White flag being displayed to the field. The big block modified drivers letting them know that 5/8 of a mile from now, we will be on the start of the second leg of the twin 20-lap big block modified feature events here tonight at the Orange County Fair Speedway. Will Chuck McKee take 2 first place paychecks to the bank on Tuesday morning? It's closed Monday because of the holiday, don't forget. Will, of course, Craig Mitchell finally flex some muscle out there and take a paycheck on Tuesday morning. Very excellent track surface tonight. You know, they did a great job preparing this track tonight. Then, by luck of having such humidity in the air, we have not lost any moisture out of this playing surface here tonight. So it's going to be a lightning fast track surface for the second twin 20. Here we come on a turn number 4. We are racing. Whoa, Chucky!
McKee, he'll lose the number 1 spot to Hollywood. Craig Mitchell there, 4 wide off the back straightaway, down the back straightaway, I should say 3 wide. Of course, Stevie Dodd threads the needle. Here comes McKee down to the inside of Hollywood. Craig Mitchell. They are still 3-4 wide up to the top side. Got one up against the wall. It's Billy Van Immergen.
McKee tried to push that car to turn number 1. He actually lost the lead for a split second. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. 1 lap has been scored. Billy Van Immergen, the 23 car, is in trouble down there in the turn 3-4 area. Yep, there he is. Okay, Billy Van Immergen's car has come to a rest on the outside going into turn number 4. Has not come in. Caution lights get turned out. Country Chevrolet pace car gets turned in. Big block modified drivers get turned on. Here we come down on a turn number 4. Watch them, strong start on a turn number 4. Hollywood Craig Mitchell on the outside.
Donnie Wilson way up out of the groove as they worked off at turn number 4. We got one, Timmy Heinley, the Monticello Maniac. Oh boy, just knocked the windows out of Donnie Elliott's and the Elliott's Automotive windows over there on Wisner Avenue, but it's still Hollywood. Craig Mitchell up there at the front of the field. The Middletown Missile, Chuck McKee back in spot number 2. And then it's Richie Urick in the statesman, Jerry Higbee.
Higbee looking on securing himself in that number 1 points chase here tonight, running in the number 4 spot again right now. But Tommy Meyer quickly coming up through the pack. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. 10th spot right now belongs to Thomas Meyer.
Meyer now with a better starting spot than he did in the first 20-lapper as he now starts to make his way to the top spot of the speedway. Still a very tacky racetrack out there this evening. And yellow will fly. We've got one slowing on the front straightaway. Big brother Bobby McGannon in trouble again with the backup car.
Well, McGannon brings out the yellow. Can't build up enough steam to get that car down behind pit wall. The McGannon excavating car from nearby Garnerville, New York. Well, the caution lights get turned out, and again the stage is set here at the Orange County Fair Speedway. It is pole sitter's option as to which line of the speedway wants to restart in. Hollywood Mitchell says, I'll feel good on the outside. No, 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 no. The restart zone is in the heart of turn number 3, not down the back straightaway. We saw it happening. They stopped him short at the front door. Gonna try it once again. Take 2 on the restart. Down there through 3 and 4. Mitchell on the outside is your pole sitter, your pace setter, and once again your race leader.
Higbee wins the restart battle on that one. Moves into spot number 3. They are 3 wide for spot number 5. Watch him down the back straightaway. Tommy Meyer in trouble. He white knuckles it now down the back straightaway as Mikey Kolka and a few others slip by. Keep an eye on Higbee. Donnie Wilson also having himself a great run out there in the number 4 spot this time by.
Well, the storm chaser Michael Storms comes on the play to the outside right now. Wants to make a break into the top spot running order. He's got Jackie Brown to deal with down the back straightaway. Takes care of the number 5 spot. Brown now back to spot number 6. Schultze is 7th. Richie Urick is 8th. Working down through turns number 3 and 4. Your race leader is still the 93X car, Hollywood Craig Mitchell.
Contact between Meyer and and Mills off at turn number 4. They'll keep it going in the right direction. Watch them as they come off at turn number 2 right now. Donnie Wilson again with a great run. Mills up to the top side. Here comes Stevie Dodd now back around Mikey Kolka. And now it's Monster Mills and Tommy Meyer doing battle just outside the top 15. Mitchell still your race leader.
Jerry Hickman is gaining power right now and gaining strength on Chuck McKee. Meanwhile, look at Donnie Wilson going to work on the outside. He's got the young kid out of 20's New Jersey to deal with. That's Michael Storms of the Randy Sherlock Motorsports Tri-State Roofing and Siding 10 car. It's going to be Stormzy down to the inside, predicting a top 5 finish for him tonight, and he'll work against the likes of Donnie Wilson down the home stretch.
Great to see the Elliott's Automotive number 49 car. Johnny Elliott back here at the Speedway after a wild ride just a few short weeks ago. Of course, Elliott's Automotive just on the other side of Wisner Avenue out there doing battle right now with Neil the Wheel Harris. It is still Hollywood. Craig Mitchell leading the way. We had one retire over there. I do believe that was Ken Hermans in the 33 car.
Well, they'll sort themselves out down through 1 and 2 this time. The only driver making moves on the high road is the 24 car, Christopher Schultz. He's running back there now in the number 7 spot. 8th is still Richie Urich as they work down the back straightaway.
The Bullfrog, Jeremy Markle, with a great run off at turn number 2. He'll now go to work on Buckshot, Jesse Klein, flying out of Antwerp, Pennsylvania. Sits just inside the top 10 right now with the Hickey Fabrications car. Keep an eye on the Bullfrog, way up to the top side of the lily pad as he goes racing down the back straightaway, trying to keep it wound up tight like a rubber band. Halfway point is coming out this time by. 10 laps in, 10 laps to go.
Well, 13th was his finish in the first one. Tommy Ryan runs now back to the number 15 spot, and that will certainly shake up the jingle a little bit in the points chase, as Meyer was only 4 notches out of first place, but Jerry Hickey having a great run here tonight, running back there in the number 3 position right now.
Keep an eye on Michael Storms way up to the top side right now, trying to find some racing room around the Statesman Jerry Hickey. There goes Stormzy, throws it in hard with the Tri-State Roofing number 10 car, makes his own Frank Cozy line, way up there by the outside wall. He'll race down the back straightaway. 4 cars now fight for the number 1 spot.
Michael Storms is on a mission. The young kid out of Wantage, New Jersey is making tracks on the high road right now and trying to set the assault for the number 3 spot against the likes of Jerry Hickey. Hickey a tad bit more conservative using the inside line to exit turn number 2 that time. Works into the number 3 spot. McKee is second, and still the number 93 car of Craig Mitchell, your race leader after 12 laps. 13 go up in lights, 7 more times around. Trouble down the back straightaway. Clinton Mills is retiring for this event, 7 laps shy of a checkered flag.
Chuck McKee still basement dwelling over there in turn number 2. Here comes Stormzy on the back straightaway off at turn number 2. Gets a great run on the Hudson Insurance 97 car. Jerry Higbee. Michael Storms now moves into spot number 3.
Storms aboard the number 10 car. Started back in spot number 5. Now works into the number 3 spot. And he is doing it with just pure and raw talent and horsepower. Works the outside. Can he close the gap and set the assault for the number 2 spot before the checker flag? Down the back straightaway. Up goes the periscope on the Tri-State Roofing and Siding 10 car. He knows that his next victim could be the 19 of Chuck McKee. Not if Chucky has his say.
5 laps to go. That time by still 4 cars in the hunt for the number 1 spot, but it's still Hollywood. Craig Mitchell. A great restart. Also, Richie Urich now to the outside of Timmy Heinle. Keep an eye on the Bullfrog. Jeremy Markle along with Johnny Lito still doing battle. Neil Harris, Donnie Elliott, they're battling all over the speedway. Time winding down right now. And Michael Storms now goes down to the bottom side. Chuck McKee maybe starting to pick the pace up just a little bit.
Well, McKee heard footprints in the hallway. They were a small sign. Sure, he knew it had to be Michael Storms as he tries to close in back there in the number 3 spot. Coming up on 3 laps to go, 3 to go this time by. Craig Mitchell knows that the field is right there on his heels, working down the home stretch. Here comes McKee to put a nose down to the inside. It ain't over just yet. McKee showing signs of ultimate strength through the turns.
Keep an eye on the rock. Chris Schultz as well, just outside the top 5. Donnie Wilson having himself a great run here tonight, still sitting 5th. Popsicle sticks are out. 2 more times around for Hollywood. Craig Mitchell. Here comes McKee again, dumping it down to the inside, trying to get that inside line to work for him. He'll settle back in to spot number 2.
Well, the car sticking like Elmer's every time he goes into turn number 1. That's the place where he can play catch-up on Craig Mitchell's racing efforts. Time going to be winding down right now. White flag will set the fly this time. There it is, I told you so. 4 more left-hand turns to a $1,500 paycheck.
It's not over till it's over. Keep an eye on turn number 3 as they head down the back straightaway. About 2 car lengths between each top 3 cars. White flag, here comes the checkered flag. For the first time here in 2012, Hollywood, Craig Mitchell looks as if he may take the checkered flag.
Make the check payable to Hollywood Craig Mitchell. Chuck McKee is second, Rich Urick is third, Jerry Hickey fourth, Donnie Wilson fifth, Chris Schultz is sixth, Jackie Brown Jr. is seventh, Richie Urick is then eighth, ninth is Timmy Heinley, and 10th will be the 59 car of Jesse Claus. Well, there you have it. The second Twin 20, now a part of history and in the books here tonight at the Orange County Speedway. The best man winning up the most paycheck tonight was, of course, Chuck McKee with a first and second place paycheck. Craig Mitchell wins over McKee.
Tonight, Hollywood, you couldn't figure it out there in the first 20 lapper, but you sure did figure it out in the second one. Congratulations. Welcome back to Victory Lane here at the Orange County Speedway.
Thanks. It's been a really long coming here. Yeah, that first one we were pretty good. Just couldn't get him on the start. You know, we were all over him there in the feature. The second one, I knew I had to get him on the start. Went down in the corner with all I had, and luckily we were able to bring it home.
I'll tell you what was going through your mind there the last couple of laps. You start coming up on some of that lap traffic. You had to have known those guys were pretty close.
I was actually praying that I wasn't going to catch them because I lost brakes early on in the race, and it would have been real ugly.
Let's talk about some of the great sponsors you got on the side of this race car that got you here to Victory Lane.
I got to really thank FBHats.com. Peter Dunn from FB Hats is a great sponsor. He helps us out tremendously. J&J Auto Maintenance, Barron Speed Center, Integra Racing Shocks, Enders Racing Engine, Art Radiator, and Bicknell Race Cars.
Well, there you have it. He wins the second of the Twin 20s here in Orange County tonight. Hollywood, Craig Mitchell is a feature winner for the Big Block Modifieds.